Something inside you, Aquarius, already knows. It's that quiet feeling you can't quite explain. The sense that something around you is shifting, even though nothing has visibly changed yet. You can feel the air getting heavier in familiar places, conversations sounding more distant, and the rhythm of your daily life no longer fitting the song of your soul. You might not have the words for it, but deep down, you can sense it. The walls of your current world are humming, vibrating with a gentle but persistent message from the universe. It's time to move. This isn't just a physical relocation. It's not only about boxes, addresses, or new streets. This is a relocation by destiny, a divine rearrangement of your environment, an unseen force guiding you toward the next version of yourself. You are being shifted into a place where your gifts, your energy, and your spirit will be seen, valued, and used for something far greater than what surrounds you now. The universe has been quietly preparing this for you. It's why certain plans didn't work, why specific doors stayed closed, and why some people naturally drifted away from your life. These weren't punishments. They were sacred acts of protection and positioning. Each delay, each goodbye, and each redirection was a divine hand creating space for what's meant to bloom next in your path. Aquarius, your soul is rare. It carries frequencies of innovation, healing, and change that cannot thrive in confined spaces. You've tried to stay comfortable in environments that were once good for you, but the energy has shifted. You've outgrown the old vibrations, and the universe can feel it. That's why everything familiar suddenly feels smaller, tighter, as if life itself is gently urging you to spread your wings. So before we go deeper into what this divine move means for you, pause for a moment and declare it in the comments below. I am ready for my divine relocation. Write it not as a wish, but as a statement of faith, because the moment you do, the universe takes notice. It's a signal, a vibration that tells heaven you are ready to be led. Aquarius, you are not being moved away from something. You are being moved towards something bigger. A life that matches your true vibration. A space that honors your peace. A destiny that has been waiting for you to step into it. The sacred shift has already begun, and if you listen closely, you'll realize it's not the sound of endings, it's the quiet beginning of your next great becoming. Every divine relocation begins with a quiet restlessness. It doesn't arrive with loud signs or warnings. It begins as a feeling deep in your spirit that something has shifted. Maybe you wake up one day and your home doesn't feel the same. The colors look duller, the sounds feel heavier, and even the air seems different. Maybe you look around at familiar faces and realize you no longer feel understood. Conversations that once brought comfort now leave you empty. The laughter feels forced, the energy feels distant. Or maybe, Aquarius, you've started to feel like a guest in your own space, still there, but not belonging anymore. That is not confusion. That is divine direction. The universe whispers before it moves, and its first language is discomfort. This is how destiny speaks, not through chaos, but through that subtle ache in your heart that says, I've outgrown this. You start to notice little signs. Things that once inspired you now bore you. People you once chased, you now avoid. You crave silence instead of noise, peace instead of company. That's not you losing interest in life. That's your soul preparing to leave a chapter behind. The vibration of your surroundings is no longer matching your frequency. It's as if your energy is packed and waiting by the door, ready to follow the call of something bigger. Aquarius, your soul was never designed for stillness. You are a reformer, a visionary, a builder of new paths. You breathe life into change, and when there's no more growth in a place, your spirit begins to push you forward. You can't stay in still water for too long. It eventually becomes too shallow for your depth. And when that time comes, the universe starts moving things around you. Plans you were sure about suddenly fall apart. People you depended on stop showing up. Opportunities that once flowed freely begin to dry up. And though it might hurt, each of these moments is divine redirection in disguise. What you see as collapse is actually coordination. Every delay, every denial, every unexpected turn, These are coordinates shifting to align you with a higher landscape. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. Life starts to rearrange the furniture of your world so you can see what truly belongs and what must be left behind. The walls of your comfort zone begin to close in, not because life is cruel, but because the universe refuses to let you shrink when expansion is your destiny. So when the whisper comes, listen. Don't dismiss the longing for change or the sudden pull towards something new. Those are sacred signals from the divine map of your journey. Aquarius, your relocation doesn't start when you pack your bags. It starts the moment your heart admits, I'm ready for more. That whisper you hear is not uncertainty. It's the universe telling you. Your next chapter is calling, and it's time to answer. It might feel right now, Aquarius, as if everything around you is coming undone. The routines that once gave you comfort now feel heavy. The place that once felt safe now feels too small, almost suffocating. And the conversations that once made you smile suddenly leave you feeling empty, disconnected, and unseen. You may find yourself asking quietly, why does everything feel different now? Why do I no longer fit where I used to belong? And though it seems confusing, this shift isn't random, it's sacred. The spiritual soil beneath your feet has changed. The energy that once fed you no longer carries the nutrients your soul needs to grow. It's like trying to plant new seeds in old, dry ground. No matter how much care you give, it won't produce fruit anymore. That's not because you failed. It's because your season in that soil has ended. This moment, when everything feels like it's falling apart, is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your elevation. You are not being punished, Aquarius. You are being evicted from a place that can no longer hold your blessing. This is divine eviction, a spiritual push out of comfort so that you can find your true territory. Sometimes the universe has to make you uncomfortable so you don't settle for what was only meant to be temporary. The doors that are closing now are not slamming shut in anger. They're sealing themselves to protect your destiny. The friendships fading, the opportunities disappearing, the sudden silence where there used to be noise, all of it is the universe removing distractions from your path. It might not make sense at first. It might even feel unfair. But one day soon, you will look back and realize that if certain things hadn't fallen apart, you would have never discovered what was waiting for you just beyond them. Think of a bird whose wings have outgrown its cage. At first, the cage feels familiar. It's where it learned to sing, where it once felt safe. But then one day, those wings begin to ache for more room. The air becomes too thin, the bars too close. It hurts to leave, but it hurts even more to stay. And when that bird finally steps into the open sky, it understands. The pain of staying small was far greater than the fear of flying. That's you, Aquarius. You are that bird standing at the edge of the cage. The shaking, the confusion, the loss, it's not destruction, it's preparation for flight. Everything that is crumbling now is making space for everything that's meant to rise. So don't fight the falling apart. Don't cling to what's ending. Because what feels like an ending is actually your relocation unfolding. The universe is not breaking you down, it's breaking you free. Sometimes, Aquarius, the most sacred relocations don't arrive wrapped in peace. They come disguised as chaos. You might suddenly lose a job you thought was secure. A friendship you trusted may end without reason. A living situation might change overnight, leaving you shocked and uncertain. In those moments, it can feel like your life is falling apart. But what looks like destruction is actually construction in spiritual form. The universe is not tearing your world down to hurt you. It's rebuilding your foundation so that it can hold the weight of the blessings coming your way. Everything that's being removed is being replaced by something that matches your new vibration. This isn't punishment, it's preparation. Aquarius, your energy doesn't move on human time. It flows according to divine timing. And when the universe decides to relocate you, it is never random. It's precise. It's purposeful. It's an alignment between your soul's frequency and the space that can activate your next level of destiny. Think about it. Every major turning point in your life probably came after something that felt like chaos. But if you look closely, every ending carried a hidden doorway to a better beginning. That's what's happening now. The old life is collapsing, not because you failed, but because you graduated. The new mission you are about to enter cannot survive in the same environment that once drained you. The people who doubted you, who misunderstood your vision, who made you question your worth, they were never meant to witness this version of you. That's why life had to separate you from them. It wasn't rejection, it was divine redirection. This next version of you needs freedom. Freedom to grow, to speak, to create, to shine without judgment. The universe is removing you from spaces where you had to shrink, so you can now exist where your full light is not just accepted but celebrated. Aquarius, you're not being sent into exile, you're being positioned into alignment. Everything that feels uncertain right now is actually moving according to divine order. You may not see the pattern yet, but once the pieces fall into place, you'll realize that nothing was random. Not one heartbreak, not one delay, not one goodbye. The timing is exact. The people you'll meet next, the places you'll step into, the opportunities that will unfold, all of them are being arranged by higher hands that see further than you do. And when that alignment clicks, when the door opens, when the right people appear, when peace finally settles in, everything that once confused you will make perfect sense. You'll see that the chaos was never chaos at all. It was the sound of your new life being built from the inside out. Before a soul relocates, Aquarius, the universe begins to help you pack. Not just your physical things, but your energy. And here's the truth. Not everything can come with you. Certain emotions, certain habits, and even certain people will not fit where you're going. This is the part of the journey that feels bittersweet, because while your spirit is excited for the new, your heart still tries to hold on to the familiar. You'll start noticing it, this quiet urge to clear space. One morning you'll wake up with the sudden desire to clean, donate, or rearrange your surroundings. You might find yourself deleting old messages, removing unnecessary clutter, or letting go of keepsakes that once carried emotional weight. It's not random, Aquarius. It's your inner world making room for divine expansion. Before destiny shifts your location, it will always shift your vibration first. You'll feel a deep pull to release things that no longer mirror your truth. And even though it can feel uncomfortable, this process is sacred. Every object you give away, every memory you release, every expectation you surrender, is a spiritual message to the universe that says, I trust what's coming more than what I'm leaving. You'll be asked to let go of old expectations that limit what your future can look like. The fear of starting over, because your next chapter will not need what your last one required. Emotional clutter from people who never saw your worth, because their energy cannot follow you into your elevation. This part of the transition teaches you to travel light, not in things, but in energy. You can't step into higher frequencies carrying lower vibrations. Your heart must be lighter, your spirit must be free. And when you begin to release, something magical happens. Your frequency rises. You start feeling calmer without knowing why. You begin to notice signs everywhere. Repeating numbers, coincidences that feel too perfect, words that appear at the exact moment you need them. You might even hear your name mentioned randomly, or dream about places you've never been before. These are not accidents. They are coordinates. The universe speaks through alignment, not confusion. It's guiding you toward the places and people that resonate with your next purpose. You may suddenly feel drawn to a certain city, country, or lifestyle without understanding why. That's your soul remembering where it's meant to go. Follow those nudges. They are divine directions disguised as curiosity. Aquarius, as you pack spiritually, notice how your body and environment respond. You'll crave peace instead of noise, solitude instead of distraction. You'll start protecting your energy more fiercely, choosing what and who you allow near you. That's because your spirit knows the journey ahead is sacred. Think of this time as standing in the hallway between two worlds. The one you've known and the one you're about to enter. You can't carry both. You must choose. And every choice to let go brings you closer to where your soul is trying to take you. So if things around you feel lighter, emptier, quieter, don't panic. That emptiness isn't loss, it's preparation. It's the universe clearing the runway for your takeoff. Aquarius, your new home, whether physical or spiritual, is already waiting. But before you arrive, make sure your bags are filled only with what aligns with your peace. Because the lighter you travel, the faster destiny can take you there. Your next location, Aquarius, will not just give you new surroundings, it will introduce you to new souls. The change you are walking into isn't only about buildings, cities, or fresh air. It's about energy, about alignment. The universe is preparing to surround you with people who carry the same frequency of light that you do. For a long time, you may have felt misunderstood. You've shared your ideas, your dreams, and your visions, but others couldn't see what you saw. They called you unrealistic or distant, not realizing that your mind works on higher ground. They couldn't match your rhythm because they were tuned to a different frequency. But where you're going, Aquarius, the people you'll meet will understand you without you having to explain yourself. They'll recognize your silence as peace, not indifference. They'll hear your ideas and treat them not as fantasies, but as blueprints for something real. They'll see the leader, the healer, the innovator in you, because they too are walking a similar path of awakening. In this new season, the relationships that enter your life will feel different. They won't drain you, they'll refuel you. You'll feel seen, not used, heard, not dismissed, loved, not tolerated. The loneliness you've carried was never a punishment, Aquarius. It was a sacred pause, an interval between who you once were and who you're becoming now. That quiet season was meant to teach you how to be whole on your own, so that when the right people arrive, you meet them from a place of peace, not need. You'll realize that those who left were never meant to stay for the full story. They were chapters, not the book. Some came to awaken you, others to teach you boundaries, and a few simply to remind you that you deserve more than halfway love. Once you relocate, you'll finally see the purpose behind every exit. In this next place, the energy will feel softer. The pressure will fade. You won't have to walk on eggshells to be understood or hide your light to fit in. Your new environment will echo peace, not pressure. It will feel like stepping into sunlight after years of shade, warm, effortless, familiar in a way you can't explain. And those who join you there, Aquarius, they will feel like the home you never had. You'll look at them and know that these are the souls your heart was waiting for. People who mirror your purpose, who add to your joy, and who walk beside you as equals, not anchors. This is why the universe had to clear the old connections first, to make space for this divine circle of alignment. Because in this new chapter, you're not meant to journey alone. You're meant to rise with others who carry the same fire in their spirit and the same vision in their eyes. So trust what's coming, Aquarius. The people who are about to enter your life will not just accompany you, they will elevate you. They are proof that every goodbye was worth it, and that every empty season was preparing you for real, lasting connection. Aquarius, before every divine relocation, the universe begins to whisper through signs, quiet signals that something in your life is about to shift. These signs don't always come with clarity at first. They come softly, like the wind changing direction before a storm, like a feeling that something new is already unfolding beneath the surface. One of the first signs is restlessness. You may find yourself feeling uneasy for no reason. The things that once satisfied you no longer do. You might wake up in the middle of the night with thoughts of travel, change, or unfamiliar places. You'll start dreaming of wide open spaces, new beginnings, or new faces. It's not your imagination, it's your higher self sensing movement before it happens. Another sign comes through coincidences that don't feel random. You may start seeing opportunities, new job offers, invitations, or messages from distant places. You could meet someone from the very location your spirit is being pulled toward. You might even notice new cities or countries popping up repeatedly. in songs, conversations, or posts. These are not accidents, Aquarius. They are breadcrumbs from the universe guiding your path. Then comes the breaking down phase. Suddenly, things in your current environment stop working the way they used to. Appliances fail, leases end, misunderstandings grow. You may even feel tension with people you once got along with easily. These disruptions aren't punishments, they are divine expiration dates. The universe is gently ending what can no longer grow with you. Another sign is emotional detachment. The things that once held your heart, your routines, your surroundings, even certain people, begin to lose their emotional hold. It's as if your spirit has already started to move ahead, pulling its energy away from the old timeline. You might feel guilty for not caring the same way you used to, but don't mistake detachment for coldness. It's actually divine preparation. Your soul is making space for what's next. Then comes the craving for quiet. You'll start withdrawing from noise, from crowds, from unnecessary conversations. You'll find yourself choosing peace over excitement. That silence you crave isn't loneliness, it's alignment. Your spirit needs the stillness to receive new instructions. This is when intuition grows stronger. You'll start hearing inner guidance more clearly, ideas that come out of nowhere, gentle nudges to look something up, sudden clarity about a decision. And then, Aquarius, when the time is right, the shift happens quickly. The path that once seemed complicated will suddenly open with ease. The right person will call, the right offer will arrive, the right door will unlock, flights will align, opportunities will flow, and you'll feel carried. Almost as if an invisible force is arranging every detail for you. That's because destiny always funds its own moves. You won't have to force anything, you won't have to beg, and you won't have to chase. When your soul's timing meets divine order, everything aligns like clockwork. You'll look around and realize that everything, every delay, every ending, every closed door, was part of a larger orchestration preparing you for this very moment. So if you're seeing the signs now, if restlessness has replaced comfort, if your world feels smaller, if you can sense a quiet shift but can't explain it, don't be afraid. You're not losing stability. You're being prepared for expansion. The universe is whispering to you, Aquarius. Pack your light, gather your faith, the path is ready. And when you step onto it, you'll see that everything was already waiting for you to arrive. Aquarius, you are the visionary of the zodiac, the one who sees tomorrow while others are still trying to understand today. You think ahead, you feel deeply, and you sense things long before they become visible. That's why the universe often chooses you to move first. You are not just being relocated, you are being assigned. Your journey isn't about escape, it's about expansion. You're being sent ahead to plant light in places where others have not yet arrived. You are meant to prepare the energy, to build the atmosphere, to open the path for those who will come after you. When divine timing shifts, not everyone hears it. But you, Aquarius, you do. You feel the pull before anyone else. You sense when something has expired, even if no one around you understands it yet. That's because your intuition is sharp, your vision is clear, and your purpose is larger than comfort. You are not running away from your old world. You're carrying light into the new one. Every time you move, you bring with you wisdom, compassion, and divine frequency that transforms the space you enter. The energy around you doesn't remain the same, it rises. Your move will inspire others who have felt stuck, showing them that obedience to divine timing leads not to regret, but to reward. When people see your courage, how you let go when others hold on, how you trust when the path is uncertain, it awakens something in them. You become living proof that surrendering to the universe never leads to loss, only alignment. You are a pioneer soul, Aquarius. You carry the energy of innovation, healing, and transformation. Every time you step into unfamiliar land, the ground beneath your feet recognizes your vibration. It adjusts to you. Your very presence shifts the energy of a place. It reprograms the atmosphere. You don't just adapt to environments adapt to you. And that's exactly why this move is so important, because somewhere ahead, There's a space waiting for your light. There's someone who needs your words, your ideas, your compassion, your energy, someone who will awaken simply by crossing your path. The universe knows your strength. It knows that you don't just survive change, you become the change. So when it calls you to move first, trust that it's not because you're being pushed out. It's because you're being sent ahead. You are the torchbearer, the one chosen to bring dawn into a place that's still learning what morning feels like. And as you walk forward, remember this: you are not alone. The universe walks with you, guiding each step. Where you're going, Aquarius, someone is waiting for the light you carry. And when you arrive, their world will never be the same again. The moment you arrive, Aquarius, you'll feel it. That deep, calming peace that tells you you're exactly where you were always meant to be. It won't be loud, it won't come with fireworks or a grand announcement. It will come quietly, like the still air after a storm. You'll breathe in and realize, this is what peace feels like. Suddenly, things that used to feel hard will begin to flow naturally. Doors will open faster, ideas will come easier, the right people will appear without you chasing them. You won't have to explain yourself anymore, because those around you will get you. They'll speak your same spiritual language, and you'll feel seen in a way you haven't in years. That's the beauty of divine relocation. It doesn't just move your body, it moves your energy into harmony with your purpose. And when you're in alignment, everything begins to click into place. Because divine relocation always comes with divine provision. What you lacked in the old place will multiply in the new one. The opportunities you prayed for will begin to show up one after another, not through struggle, but through flow. The doors that were locked before will now swing open effortlessly because you're finally standing on the right ground. You'll realize that the blessings waiting for you aren't just material, they're spiritual. They come in the form of simplicity, of lightness, of joy that doesn't need explanation. You'll wake up and notice how the air feels different. Fresher, softer, almost like it's filled with hope. You'll find beauty in small things: the morning light through the window, the sound of birds, the smile of a stranger. You'll sense that the universe has placed you in a space that supports your peace. This new energy will feel like freedom itself. Freedom to be yourself without fear, freedom to dream without limits, freedom to live without holding back. You'll realize that you are not behind, you were simply being prepared. And when you finally look back on everything that fell apart, on the tears, on the waiting, on the times you felt forgotten, you'll whisper to yourself, "Now I understand why nothing worked there. It was never meant to." It all makes sense in hindsight, Aquarius. The delays, the endings, the heartbreaks, every one of them was guiding you to this peace, this abundance, this clarity. In your new place, the weight you carried will fall off your shoulders, the confusion will fade, and you'll finally see that the universe didn't just relocate you, it rewarded you, because this was never about loss, it was always about arrival. The moment your spirit catches up to your destiny and says, "I'm home." So Aquarius, you are moving out soon, not by chance, but by calling. This relocation is not punishment, it's promotion. It's heaven's way of moving you closer to the purpose you once prayed for. When your environment no longer supports your evolution, the universe will pick you up and place you where destiny breathes stronger. Don't resist it. Don't overthink it. Trust that your new address already exists in divine order, and that every step you take now is being guided by unseen light. Say it aloud in the comments once more. I am ready for my divine relocation. Let that affirmation echo as your final blessing tonight. Because the universe isn't just moving you, it's positioning you. You are not losing ground. You are entering sacred territory. And when you arrive there, Aquarius, you'll realize you never left home. Home was simply waiting for you to evolve enough to find it. Subscribe for more spiritual guidance, and remember, your move is already in motion.